In a world where the marks think they know better than the wrestlers and the bookers, the Fantasy Booking Institute exists to pretty much do exactly that. This is a visit from the FBI.
This is Dan the Dad, and you should listen to Raw and Order or you're grounded.
Thanks for that lovely advice, Dan the Dad. Welcome to another episode of A Visit from the FBI, your weekly spot for pro wrestling fantasy booking. I am your host, Detective Mark Smarks, and I am joined, as always, by my partner in crime fighting, District Attorney Vincent Kayfabe. What's going on, man? How are you?
Sleeveless Joe Jackson. This is Sleeveless Joe Jackson. I figure we can show people a different side of us. The less professional side. Tonight.
Less professional and unkempt. And we value wrestling more than going to the barber.
To the store with
to the
sleeves.
store with sleeves. Yeah, the sleeve store. So, how you doing, man?
Good. What's new for you, brother?
Oh, not much. Dealing with a sick kid, so you know.
Oh.
I think she's better.
Is that one of those things you value more than the barber too?
Yep.
Family.
Yep, sure is. Family. Yep.
Jeez.
I think she's probably fine to go back to daycare tomorrow, but she stayed home today, and so I stayed home today. Fun time. Also joining us from up north, who has no kids, JLB. What's going on, man?
Hey, no kids. And with all these crazy stories I hear about people who have kids, I feel like I like my sleep. I feel like,
dude,
I'm
you don't
gonna
know what
get
you're
it.
missing until you got one.
Yeah,
I know, and I get it. And the smile you see on their face is just unbelievable. And I get that, and I'm all down for that to get that.
No, I was talking about the lack
I
of
also
sleep.
enjoy my sleep. I just
The lack of sleep. I mean, the clarity you get when you're half awake and half asleep. There's nothing like it. Like literally, there's no clarity like it because it's not clarity.
Yeah, it's almost like you're on
gross.
like peyote all the time, but you don't get the good stuff out of peyote. You're just kind of always in this weird dream state.
That being said, I don't really get I usually only get about 4 hours a night, so maybe I'm ready for parenting.
Yeah, you might get better quality when you have kids because you'll be exhausted from chasing them around.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a valid point.
In their infant stages, there is and every father on the planet will tell you this. I don't know about moms. I've had most of the moms have told me. There's nothing like them sleeping right here when you're in a recliner or something and just doing this thing. And it will put your ass to sleep no matter how awake you are.
Nice.
Yep. But so this is our fantasy booking show.
Not parenting show.
Not a parenting show. If you're new here, this is where we do talk fantasy booking. We challenge each other to do some unknown and often unlikely scenario in the world of professional wrestling. We sometimes get a little crazy. We do not discuss them in advance because we think that's more fun, but mostly because we often haven't made them up until we're here. Before we get into the fantasy booking, I take this time to remind everyone that Raw and Order is part of the Tatnus Co. podcast network. So you can, after the show's over, there's going to be a link in the doobly-doos. You can head over to tatnusco.com, check out the other shows there. Check out Tatnus, learn about him, and I know he's working on a movie right now up in Canada. Don't know anything about it. Hopefully he announces it soon so we can know what it's about. So but yeah, let's get into the fantasy booking. As always, I open the floor up to the two of you first to see if you guys have challenges.
I'd like to go first.
I'd like a pony. Go ahead.
Pitter patter, here we go.
Let's get at her.
I love Letterkenny. Such a good show. Anyway, not sponsored, but funny show. Anyway, so I was talking with Smarks off air about my new favorite energy drink, which is C4 Starburst, Strawberry Starburst. Again, hashtag still not sponsored. Same goes for you, Coke. New Coke Zero. You ready?
Go for it.
So I was thinking as I'm holding this C4, I'm like, what in my brain works was C4, and I'm like, oh, that's an explosion. C4 exploding ring. I want you to take 3 different eras. You pick the era, you pick the wrestlers, and make an exploding barbed wire match for WWE.
For WWE.
Yep.
Okay.
So by defining eras, obviously there's the Ruthless Aggression era. There's the CM Punk era. I don't really know what that's called. Post.
I feel like that might still be the Ruthless Aggression era.
No, that's post Ruthless Aggression. Once
That's
Brock's gone,
ECW
that's
era?
gone. Maybe ECW era. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the Attitude Era. There's the new generation, which is Bret Hart, HBK, Diesel. You know, the worst of the best wrestlers.
Mm.
Okay, according
worst
to
characters.
WWE.com,
What are the eras?
the
The
eras
80s
are 80s to early 90s are the golden age. Early to mid 90s was New Generation. Mid 90s to early 2000s was the Attitude Era.
Right.
2002 to 2008 was the Ruthless Aggression Era. 2008 to 2013 was the PG Era.
I feel like they're still in the PG.
That would be a lot of fun.
2014 to 2016 was the Reality Era.
What?
And
They never
2016
mentioned
to now is called the New Era.
Again. Okay.
No, it was New Generation, and that was New Era.
Oh, okay.
So pick your eras, 3 apiece. Put together your wrestlers. Obviously, this is not a match that's designed for Bret Hart versus Duke the Dumpster Drozy. Bret was a technician. He's not going to be in the exploding barbed wire match, probably.
Right.
But if you're in the Attitude Era, it's very easy to put Mick Foley versus Undertaker in one. So take your picks. Be a little bit realistic with it. 3 each. You have to design 3 matches. You can overlap your eras. Try not to overlap your matches. Go.
All right.
And you can have a really fucky finish like John Moxley and Kenny Omega did if you want. Or you can have a real exploding ring. And go.
So, first match that comes to mind for me would be whatever era John Moxley is in, or I guess
Reality era. So that'd be Reality era.
Reality era and then still New Era.
Yeah. Because even in CZW, he was batshit crazy. So technically, I don't know. He
Just
falls in between.
Stealing
all
a guy
the
who's known for
2000s.
doing crazy shit. That's fine.
Versus Cactus Jack. So that's like
Wasn't around
early
for the Moxley era though. He
But he
was
doesn't
done in
need to be.
WWE.
But he doesn't need to
No.
be.
2 dudes in the same era. Matches that could have occurred in that era.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Well,
3 different matches, 3 different eras.
fair. Okay.
People have to exist in WWE in those eras.
Okay.
So you couldn't do like Moxley in the 90s because he'd have been like 8.
Well, I almost feel like Taker Kane would have been crazy. They did an Inferno match.
Yeah, they were the first dudes to light each other on fire. That's fair.
So I feel like they could probably do something, or even do that with that same era, Taker Mankind. 2, their last Boiler Room match was exploding barbed wired
Boiler Room Brawl.
Boiler Room
that
Brawl.
works.
You know, because whatever.
You okay there, Smarks?
Yeah, I'm just getting more unkempt.
I would have maybe loved to have seen Raven versus Sandman in an exploding barbed wire match. When
They were
had
both
their
there
whole
in the
feud.
Attitude Era.
Well, and I was just more referring to their ECW era, technically.
But they were both in. I did limit it to WWE.
Oh, my
Smarks,
bad.
you want to show them how this is done with one of them?
Okay, well, yeah, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh because
But I
I'm
mean,
gonna
they were
do-
both in the same WWE era because they were.
Yeah,
both there
they
at the
were.
same time, so.
Let's try to put them in ECW.
Yep.
It's
I am
just
going to
they weren't as
do
hardcore.
Golden Era, and it is going to be a blood feud of best friends, of breast
Oh.
friends.
Hulk Hogan versus Brutus BK.
It is going to be Hulk Hogan
Oh my
versus
God.
Brutus.
You just want to see them both die.
One more than the other, right? And so it will not have a messed up ending. It'll have an ending where things explode and Brutus appears to die. Wrestling, so we're not going to actually kill him.
Yeah. It's not nice to actually kill Leslie.
Yeah. But still.
Thanks.
Oh, man.
But still.
What?
That's with Hogan doing the leg drop right on Brutus on a C4 barbed wire plank.
Yep. Him trying to bounce off the ropes that are covered in barbed wire or replaced by barbed wire, depending on exactly how we do it.
He cuts Hogan's mullet with his scissors.
His big giant shears. And then
it would have just made him more over. That's all it would have done.
You're probably right. But...
I feel like early Flair would have done a death match.
Probably did against Terry Funk. I'd bet it on
really?
Not WWE, obviously.
No, for sure. Not WWE. WWE wouldn't dare.
So there's one for Smarks and one for JLB, who gave us Undertaker Mankind Boiler Room Explosions, C4 Boiler Room Brawl.
Yeah, you have a ring inside the boiler room, and you have explosions all over the ring, so you can choose
barbed wire and everything. Yeah,
barbed wire and everything. So you can get out of the ring. You just have to obviously be very careful and go mess around with the boiler room stuff. But then you do have a time limit, and you have to win when your man is in the ring and he explodes with the ring there. So,
or the boiler explodes.
Or the boiler explodes, whichever comes first.
Exploding boiler match.
Ric Flair only faced off with a Funk 69 times. Nice.
A Funk.
Yeah. Some of them were Dory Funk.
I could see Dory doing.
Actually, he did a lot with Dory Funk.
Yes, he did.
It's
Who is the better wrestler? Dory?
Dory was more of a in-ring wrestler.
Yeah, the better actual wrestler
was a
Dory.
hardcore wrestler.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, here. Terry Funk. No, that's not a barbed wire exploding match. No, none of those are exploding matches. He did a Texas Death Match in 1989 against Terry Funk at an NWA house show.
Oh, shit.
And then another one at another house show later in the year. And then another one at another house show later in the year. So they really like those Texas Death Matches. And then another two at house shows. And then an I Quit match at a house show. And then one day later, an NWA World Heavyweight title match against Terry Funk. Kind of makes the I Quit not seem quite right. But and then there's another Texas Death Match. A Thunderdome match in WCW. Steel cage match. And their last match was in 2000, a Texas Death Match. So no barbed wire exploding matches.
Texas Death Match had to be close, though.
Yeah, probably. Just no C4 in those. But anyway.
It's an era that didn't really have it that much. All right, another one from JLB. What are you giving us?
So I almost feel like but it's got to be a tad realistic. So I feel like we are getting that era. I'm just trying to think of that era. So I was thinking like it's almost I feel it's like WCW trying to do. Right, WWE. God damn it. Because I was thinking of the Steiners versus Legion of Doom or whatever they were called
They
in
were both
NWA.
there in an era. They don't have to be there at the same time. Just they have to share an era.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But I mean, I don't know how realistic that would be. But at the same time, I also remember
New generation,
LOD.
that'd be fun.
Yeah, like I remember at least what were they called before LOD?
Road Warriors.
Just the Road Warriors, right? I feel like as the Road Warriors, they were pretty. Well, they were just fantastic in the ring, but I almost feel like they had a little bit more spunk where they can do a little hardcore stuff, although we've never really seen them do a whole lot. Whereas LOD, they were more like, softer, and well, they're also much, much older. And Animal was like on drugs all the time, so that didn't help.
What a rush.
From the coke.
Dude.
I know, but it's
a legend, man. Come on.
I mean, he probably was.
He probably
Hopped
was
up on coke, but
Dude.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't make up these stories.
Not judging, just Okay.
Okay, so he did a tag team in the New Generation.
Mm-hmm.
I also am doing New Generation, although
This
late
one I'm excited
New
for.
Generation.
Diesel
And
Sid. That's my guess.
I thought Sid originally Diesel was going to be my one of the.
I think he was too pretty.
I think he still could have done it versus the other person, but I've decided that I'm going to go late New Generation era. It's going to be shortly after the debut of Kane, and it's going to be a barbed wire exploding C4 match between Kane and The Undertaker. Right?
One of the many rubber matches they had.
Yeah, one of the many, many matches they had. But this one is going to be a big one because it's going to feature Undertaker winning by throwing Kane through, like a table lined with C4 or whatever. And then leaving the ring, and the whole ring explodes, and there's fire everywhere. And then the smoke clears, and Kane walks out unscathed. Yeah, buddy.
And then he goes, boom, and blows everything up again.
Yeah. No, the flames go higher. And then he goes off to become mayor of Knox County. I think I'm getting my eras mixed up.
Yeah. Third era.
I got one. TLC exploding barbed wire match. Triple tag team. Dudley Boys versus Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys.
So Dudley brings the Dudley bombs and all that. Takes the bomb part of Dudley Bomb a little too seriously.
Yep, very valid. The only people I really don't see doing a match like that is Edge and Christian, but I feel like to add to the whole TLC triple, because them
these motherfuckers were vampires, man.
Yeah, that's a valid point. But yeah, that would be fire. Dudley's obviously would be okay with it because they're all about the hardcore, and Jeff Hardy would fucking love it. He'd be like, I'm swanton bombing off everything I could get my hands on.
C4 explosion helps launch him off the ladder.
Straight up.
That would be an entertaining match. There'd be a lot of blood.
A lot of blood.
A lot of blood.
A lot of people being also stretched out because no one's leaving that ring.
No.
On their own 2 feet. Not happening. No bueno.
So
I would enjoy it.
That'd be TLC 3.
TLC 3. Exploding death wire. Exploding barbed wire. Yep.
Ladder match.
And it could still happen,
with
guys.
Ladders made out of barbed wire.
Well, I mean, Devon can't wrestle anymore, technically, because of his hip replacement, I think it was, or something that he just got recently. But I don't know. Bubba could go on his own. He can do it.
Spike can help him.
Spike could help him. There we go.
It would be so bad for Spike.
Or Big Dick Dudley. I feel like Spike would be like thrown around too much. But yeah, that's TLC 3 exploding barbed wire match.
Death match TLC style. In the probably would bleed over to the Ruthless Aggression era. Ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've
It's
got
yours.
my number 3.
Okay. Which
It
era?
is in the PG era.
I figured it was coming.
And it's going to be John Cena
Okay.
versus The Big Show.
Oh, Jesus.
And there will be 0 blood. And it'll be at a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules, but 0 blood. Because, PG era. It'll be
So
very...
be a barbed wire wrapping around the ring, right? Barbed wire
Yeah,
ropes.
but it'll just be very obvious when they bounce off it that they're rubber barbs. Like, we'll just know that. And all of the C4 explosions will be like sparkles and stuff, but nothing like really big. And the storyline at the end will be Cena getting Big Show up and delivering an AA on a C4 plank, but Big Show is so massive that he contains the explosion underneath him, and all you see is like some smoke come out the side. Just...
Damn.
And then John Cena.
You can't see me because the smoke.
Yeah. That's what I got.
That's fun. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes.
You are welcome.
I was hoping we'd hit the eras we hit. I really wanted to see if somebody could pull off a new generation or a PG. And because it's easy in the Attitude Era. I mean, realistically, it's easy to go Kane versus Mankind or Undertaker versus Mankind. Or
Thanks, asshole.
Hey, both of you did it. That's fine. Stone Cold. I really thought I'd get Stone Cold versus Mankind. I really did. Or Cactus Jack.
Excuse me for just 1 minute because I can't do the hair any longer.
I'm gonna get a hat on. Here comes the hat. There's a solution for that. You can't hear me.
And now I'm back.
There's a solution for that.
Yeah, it's called putting it back in a ponytail.
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally. Yep.
That's a solution.
That's
but
the
I'm
one.
still gonna do this. I'm still gonna do this.
I'm gonna make the asshole conservative remark. No, I'm gonna make the conservatard remark. Ready? Does your wife like that hair when she's pegging you? She pull that hair? I don't want to actually know. I don't want to know. Shut up.
I mean,
Shut
she might
up.
like it.
I just know too many conservatards that would say that. I think of one Smiley Hun.
Mm-hmm. Middle name T. T for teabag.
Short for D bag.
All right, guys.
Yeah, you doing the next challenge? You doing the
I'm
middle
doing
one?
the next challenge, and
Perfect.
you're gonna be a booker for this one, which obviously you're a booker anyways, because that's what we do here. But
T or Booker? Yeah. Five
scripts you have to give me.
I am not
On
going to
camera,
do the
my hand is
spinaroonie, though.
On camera, my hands look like.
It's okay. You can just spin your hair with that hippie hair. I'll accept.
So yours.
Like this.
So guys, you're booking me Ezekiel's feud. That's after Kevin Owens, because that's too easy. If I say book me his first feud. So book me the end of, I guess, to the end of the Kevin Owens feud and what he goes on to, where he's basically going to come out of this with. Is he staying Ezekiel? What's happening with Elias, Ezekiel, and all that fun stuff? So book me the feud after KO.
Okay. You want to go first? Or you want me to?
You can go.
All right. KO finishes. Hits him with a stunner. And out of nowhere, at the end of the KO match, KO is walking up the ramp, and you hear, Brains! And out comes Brains Strowman with his freshly shaven face. Shortly after stealing his brother's girl, Raquel Rodriguez, because his brother's dating Raquel Gonzalez,
That's a good one.
comes out and he picks him up. He says, I know what it's like to be the little brother of an absolute legend. And then they develop their own tag team of Brains and Ezekiel. And they have a feud with RK Bro.
Oh, okay.
Trying to make their mark in the industry like their brothers did, but they just can't pull it off. That's where I go with that. And they lose that feud to RK Bro. And then Brains gets fired like his brother did. Or the other one I was going to do was out of nowhere you hear Pearl River Plunge. And out comes Ezekiel Jackson. And he says, that's my name. And steals back his name title. In a match that he obviously loses because he's like 55 and wasn't great when he was 30-something.
Yeah.
Those are the two options I have for you.
That's fair. Ezekiel and Brains. I'm so down to see it. Just it played by someone different, not Braun.
Nah, it's got to be Brains. It's got to be Braun. But just with glasses.
Have Adam Scherr come out with glasses and a shirt, a sleeveless shirt with a tie on.
So mine is a we're gonna have it be a, let's say, 3-month long feud with his own brother Elias.
How do you pull this off?
With the whole gimmick being that Elias
match all the time.
This isn't like Undertaker versus Undertaker circa 1994.
This is the whole gimmick is that Elias, being the older brother, refuses to show up for the matches. And so Ezekiel keeps coming out and then demanding a count-out victory and counting it on his thing. And then posting text messages between him and his brother Elias that, are very obviously, just two phones side by side texting each other like a burner phone. Saying like, bro, I don't want to embarrass you on TV. You're not embarrassing me. This is my time to shine. And then just keep going with that, where, like they'll then post like video from his phone to TikTok. That's like, this is me confronting my brother about the match, but it will be like he walks into a room and he has a conversation with his brother, but all you see is like his brother's feet, just someone in jeans. Just douchey jeans.
Who was the one that posted the photo of them two together? Was that WWE?
Yeah, I think it was WWE.
Please tell me the way he starts to call out his brother is by growing his own beard.
That tracks. I'll do that.
That could work, yeah.
I'll grow a beard like you.
What's sad is WWE I see WWE doing this too, though, which is the unfortunate part.
The 3 months of this, just
Jesus.
If you don't come out and face me like a man, and then a promo from Elias that's just like obviously recorded from behind, so you can't really see the face or whatever. It's just like hair and like a back and a guitar strapped to his back. And the entire time you still have Kevin Owens just wandering around going, I can't believe you guys are falling for this. Just the entire time.
I already finished him off. I don't even know what to do.
I beat him. I exposed him, and people being like, no, you beat Ezekiel. And now Ezekiel wants to face off with his brother. You know they didn't have a good relationship prior to this, right?
Even the Sammy thing between KO and Sammy on Twitter. Sammy, help! Bro, fight the good fight. You can do it. But he's like, that picture is pretty promising. I'm like, oh my god. This is so much more entertaining than the 24/7 championship, though. I am enjoying this a lot more.
No. I'm Ezekiel. Okay, so they cut the promo, and then how do we get to a match?
Yeah.
How do we get to a feud? We see Ezekiel get El Kabonged, and then on the screen comes Elias with his fresh grown beard.
I don't know. I think we end it without a match entirely. And Ezekiel just declares victory that his brother's too afraid to show up. It was Ezekiel posted it to his Twitter, which is actually Elias's
Twitter. Right.
He's actually using Elias's old Twitter.
Oh yeah. He came out and said, "Guys, this is Ezekiel. I'm taking over Elias's Twitter because he's not around."
That's fantastic. It's a garbage storyline that's so fantastic.
Oh, yeah. It's so bad that it's good. In a weird way. Like, I hate myself for liking
Straight
it,
up
but at the same
Dr.
time-
Isaac Yankem versus Bret Hart. Like, worst feud in history. So memorable because of just the crap feud. Who happens to, in no way, shape, or form, be Kane.
Yep. No way, shape, or form at all. Like at some point we have a match where someone comes out pretending to be Elias because they just feel bad for him. And they get to the ring and he's like, "You're obviously not Elias. I know my own brother. Just get out of the ring. You're mocking me and it's not funny."
It's definitely going to be KO mocking him, too. It would definitely be KO mocking him.
Well, KO would be mocking him. I think this is someone who genuinely feels sorry for him.
Sami Zayn's a good person for that.
Mm-hmm. So that's my feud.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's it. That's how I would do it.
Do we eventually get Elias back?
Depending on how the audience reacts to Ezekiel over the time.
I love the idea of him calling his brother out by growing a beard. You know what?
He starts
You
to say,
realize this was your idea, right?
I know.
he starts to say
why I
things
love
like,
Narcissistic fuck.
say things like, "What does WWE stand for? Walk with Ezekiel."
For sure. They're almost definitely going to do that. And he's not going to come out with a guitar. He's going to come out with like a big bass, like those heavy basses there.
Like Braun used?
Yeah, Braun.
No, I think something more hipster, like a mandolin or a ukulele.
Good Lord.
Or a flute.
Gonna be a concert flautist.
Who would like to see Ron Burgundy play some jazz flute?
But, anyhows, so we'll move on to my challenge. We're racking through these tonight.
Well, you said you were tired, so we're gonna.
That's why I picked three. I was thinking
I wasn't
for you guys.
I wasn't critiquing. I was saying we're racking through them in a good way.
I feel like you were critiquing. It's hard with you. You usually critique.
It is hard with him, but that's usually when we're cuddling.
Oh,
real hard.
Mhm.
Sometimes we go pull the pole. Sometimes we go pull the hole.
Oh, Jesus.
Sometimes, occasionally we go hold the hole if we're mad at each other.
Yeah. Don't go to bed mad. That's what it comes down to. So my challenge, I
Mhm.
think it was Cultaholic had a video the other day, and it was 7 AEW wrestlers that need a gimmick change, and it made me think, who would your gimmick changes in AEW be, and what would they be? So let's just do 3 each. But you explain what their new gimmick is, how they pull it off, and how that leads them to being more successful.
Alternating.
We can do alternating. Yep.
I'm going to start with Wheeler Yuta.
Okay.
He's going to have a fire match with John Moxley where he bleeds like a stuck pig.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's already happened, so it's not fair game. Although I will point out that was actually on the list. The list obviously was recorded prior to the match on Friday because he was one of their top ones where they said he needs to abandon the best friends and join the Blackpool Combat Club. So
Very cool. All right. I am going to go with Brian Cage. Still going to be the Swolverine. So he's going to be a dominant beast, but I'm going to go with him being a non-speaking dominant beast, no manager or anything. Just comes out a la Bill Goldberg first 70 matches. Dominates, done, walks away.
Fine.
Straight up early Keith Lee. Like kind of
Yeah.
what they're doing with Keith Lee, but Keith Lee, they're not going to have dominate as long, I don't think. He's going to have a struggle match here pretty quick.
okay. JLB.
So. So I feel you give Jungle Boy the Hunter Hearst Hemsley makeover from when he was a rich Connecticut snob.
Hollywood Jungle Boy.
Hollywood Jungle Boy.
Oh.
You could kind of do something where he slicks his hair like straight and it's no longer curled. Just very snobby. He would need to have a mouthpiece because Jungle Boy does not sound snobby. He sounds so innocent on the mic. But maybe like what's his face? The guy who does commentating on Fridays, Starks, would be like MVP to Jungle Boy kind of thing. Like he would be like what MVP is to Omos sort of ordeal. And he would just come in like with these what Hunter Hearst Hemsley came in with, like the almost like the horseback riding stuff when he was thing. And yeah, and I'm excited for Jungle Boy to wear pants. So yeah, that's something
I
different.
fucking hate it.
I know. But it might work.
It's a
Because-
bold strategy taking someone who's super over already with their current gimmick and changing it for no reason. But, you know, let's see how that plays out for you.
I feel like I'm Vince McMahon. Take
fucking
gimmicks
hate
that
it.
work and just fuck it over.
Yeah. No, I don't like that at all.
Well, I mean, the goal wasn't to see if you liked it. The goal was for me to make one. So, you know, I'd done my duty.
If you're going to do that with Jurassic Express, I think the appropriate one to do that with is the guy with a master's in medieval literature. And I'll go ahead and make that my second one because my third one's going to be Johnny Hungy. So I'm going to make Luchasaurus be the Ivy League elitist. And so he's going to remove the mask. He's going to start donning all the gear. Like it'll be a slow fade from Luchasaurus with Jungle Boy. He can have a feud that eventually shows up with Jungle Boy. That's the dude you can actually change. I don't like the idea of changing him, but that's the dude you can eventually change. And I change him to an Ivy League elitist where he's overexpressing his master's degree to make it sound like he's I mean, here's the deal. There's a lot of people with a master's degree that are very intelligent in their field, but there's also a lot of people who are very intelligent in their fields who think they're intelligent in all fields, and that's not the case. In particular, you know, certain arts degrees, frequently they'll suddenly have an opinion on, I don't know, physics, and you'll be like, you're not educated in physics.
Oh my God. I remember I was having a conversation about someone with music, and I'm like, oh, this era of music was kind of meh. It wasn't my style. She's like, no, you're wrong. Listen, I studied music. Okay. I should know. I'm like, okay. Did you graduate? She's like, no, but I studied it for a very long time. I'm like, look,
Well, and
even if
studying
you
music
graduated,
doesn't mean that you have better taste than everybody else in music.
no, that's it. And that's I'm like, well, it's my opinion though. So how dare you say that you studied music?
Nope,
And
you're wrong. Kevin Bacon wasn't in Footloose.
There you go. So very much so. I've got a master's degree. You've got a master's degree in medieval literature. Yes, but I know how physics works because I've got a master's degree. And just have him play it up. Just ham that up big time. Because the dude is very intelligent, very entertaining, and I think he could pull that off. And that'd be a fantastic heel turn that is really pretty much the polar opposite of Luchasaurus. You know, clean cut, very Princeton, Yale, Harvard. I went to Harvard Law, so I know how to do brain surgery.
And
no,
he does
you
sound
went
like
to
a
Harvard
cocky
Law, dude, not Harvard Medical. Like, nope, I can do brain surgery. And just have him just pretentious it all the way up. I don't know if his personality can do it, but if he can act it, it can sell really, really well.
Well, he was a cocky prick on Big Brother, so he probably could still sell it.
There you go.
Oh.
The one addendum I'm going to put on that is the turn has to happen on Jungle Boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jungle Boy says something, like it can be a slow thing where over the course of a
slow
couple
fade,
promos,
he decides to take off the mask.
over a couple promos, Jungle Boy says something and he's like, I have a master's degree, and so I want to correct you on this. The Civil War was...
And it doesn't even have to be history related. And he could be wrong. That's even better if he's wrong. Like,
yeah, he's almost like the taller,
is the
meaner
theory
Chad
of a
Gable.
cyclical universe. That's literally the opposite of what string theory is. And he's just, nope, I have a master's degree. Just in medieval literature. Nope, I understand string theory because I have a master's degree. Physicists don't understand string theory. It's a theory for a reason, man. I love it. In fact, if you're going to turn Jungle Boy to a singles competitor, if you're going to break those two up, which should not happen for 3, 4, 5 years.
Oh, Jesus.
They're a really good tag team together. They're really entertaining together.
I'm already done with them.
What?
I'm so down for Jungle Boy to be on his own. Yeah.
No, I'm going to disagree with you on that one. But
I mean, that's fine.
I think that's the way you do it. I think go ahead and turn him into Damian Sandow, circa the genius Damian Sandow. Just fucking have him be a pain in the ass. Fucking, I'm smarter than everyone. Hell, bring in Damian Sandow as a sidekick.
I'm surprised they haven't bring in Damian Sandow. I remember that guy being a great wrestler.
Oh, good wrestler and wonderful with his in-ring character work. Fantastic. And what a great slap at Cody because he's not there anymore.
Right.
Brought in your friend. How do you like that? Or not friend? I don't know if they're actually friends or not.
Straight up.
I mean, if you wanted to steal Johnny Hungy here, you can, but
No, I'm not going to. I'm actually going to put a mask on Lance Archer.
ooh, that's it.
Well, I mean, I don't know, like, because I feel like he has the body type to be like a monster, but then looking at his face, he's just too kind of clean cut. And it's like you're not that intimidating unless you see him bleed like crazy, and then you're like, oh, this guy looks like a beast. And I freaking hate that red ponytail. So um this murder mohawk, he has to have some kind of like deranged, twisted, like crazy mask, and he has to go back, perhaps. Well, not with Jake Roberts, but someone who can actually freaking talk, who needs a monster kind of thing. By his side, that's a great talker. And I don't know, just a bit, man. He has to just a bit more beastly. I find he's still a bit too calm. He's too light on his feet, so you have to like bulk him up a bit more. And just because I feel like he would just be a more powerful beast if he. I feel like he's in between, like, what do you call it? Like divisions, weight divisions, and where he is right now doesn't suit him. So up him a weight division, and put a mask on him and see where it goes. No, okay.
That's another bold strategy, but yeah, whatever. the nature of this business.
Yeah, that's
Okay, now let's hear about Johnny Hungy.
Johnny Hungy. I have Johnny Hungy slowly but surely turn to the easiest matches he knows he can win. Starts turning down good matches. Not that he can't win the good matches, the ones against more advanced wrestlers. He just decides that he's going to take a match this week against Fuego. I think I want to face Fuego. I think I just want to go against Trent, and that's it. And bar the rest of the best friends. I know he's in Dark Order with me, but can I just have Evil Uno today? Not that those guys are bad wrestlers, but just have him turn down higher quality matches for stuff he feels like he could win a little bit easier.
And you just said Trent wasn't a high quality match. He's a phenomenal singles competitor.
Yes, he is. But in terms of versus say an Adam Cole, Bebe, Young Bucks, even Eddie Kingston, just starts turning down these more difficult matches in his eyes. He's making the judgment call. I think, and even behind the scenes, you have him talking with John Silver and be like, I mean, both of them are going to be tougher than Fuego was last week. But when choosing between Trent and Adam Cole, Bebe, I feel like Trent's the better match for me. And so every week he has a segment where he gets to pick it, and he takes the easiest way out, and eventually gets called out by the rest of the Dark Order, and then gets kind of his own singles push on the mid card. I'd push him all the way to the TNT title, like where he's just kind of forced to be in the TNT title match, and he's just like, "Is there another match that you guys have? I mean, I know my record's undefeated this year. Is there another match you guys have? No, you have to face Sammy Guevara."
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose. And he can keep winning when he gets forced into the harder matches, but he's always looking for the easiest way out possible. And then he's like, Johnny Hungry, and still plays the same character and entertaining character. You get some backstage segments where he's like, no, I want an easier match. But he doesn't say it that way. That guy's a real up-and-comer, Fuego del Sol. I think I want to take on him. What? Yeah. I mean, his record doesn't show how good he really is. And it doesn't. But you can just have some backstage segments like that. My only fear with doing that is it does seem like it might regulate him to dark or dark elevation, and I don't want it to get regulated to that. Have him go out, win some squashes. He's got the girth, he's got the size to be able to pull that off in terms of strength and hitting big moves, catching people that are high flyers. Just have him kind of be like, I want the easiest possible match possible tonight.
I also feel like that really does downplay your roster, though, too. But I mean,
No,
I guess
it's him
good
making the
character
choice.
development.
He could look at Adam Page and Adam Cole Bebe and be like, I think I'll take on Adam Page. I think, because he's lost to Adam Cole. So he's just avoiding the people he's already lost to.
Okay, fair.
Just kind of what is I don't know. Is Willard is the rest of the Blackpool Fighting Club here, or is Wheeler here by himself? Wheeler's here by himself. Can I fight him tonight? I really don't want Matt Jackson. Oh, I have to face Matt Jackson. Okay, can Nick be banned from ringside?
Snap.
Just little stuff like that. And eventually, he's still pushing. I mean, he still features himself. He's still really good in the matches. He still puts on a great show.
Right.
He's just avoiding a harder match. It's Orange Cassidy without Orange Cassidy going, yeah, I'll do that match, whatever.
Right.
Whatever, I'll take on that harder match. He's choosing the Orange Cassidy style of doing the least amount of work. Only he's making the choice in who do I wrestle is the least amount of work.
Okay, I've got a suggestion to how to change it in one little way.
Okay.
It starts off with him being super friendly with people, being like, "Oh man, I have to face Hangman, or Adam Cole today," and someone else being like, "Oh man, I mean, I get to wrestle on Dark against this local talent. I mean, would you prefer to wrestle Adam Cole? Because I'll take your match and you can wrestle Adam Cole. Let's just switch. Like we're switching our lunch. You can take my peanut butter sandwich and I'll take your ham sandwich. That's what we're looking at. Johnny Hungy, right? So, and then it just becomes a reoccurring thing every week. He's like, "Hey, anyone want to trade me? I got a match against Miro, and Alex, aren't you wrestling against a local guy? How about we get you on TV, right? So we'll have you go against Miro, and I'll take your local guy."
And you don't have him ever cop out with like a fake injury. I don't want that level of cop out.
It's always
I want
just
him to go out and still
always
win.
just trading.
Yeah, I like the idea of trading. That's yeah. Just oh, I see you got a snack pack there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey. Hey, how much? What would it take for you to do? Give me your pudding cup, right? would a match against Lance Archer? Give me your pudding cup.
I mean, it's a number one contenders match.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal.
That'd be funny. I just think he's comedic enough to carry that. It takes a particular type of person to carry that without devaluing the other performers.
I honestly think whatever you give Johnny Hungy, if you give him the opportunity, he can do it. I feel like Johnny Hungy to me is almost like a KO or a Sami Zayn. Whatever you give him, he can do wonders with. And sure, we haven't seen him do a variety of different things in terms of character gimmick, but I don't know. I just feel like he could, no problem, just based off his personality.
I would love it if he's talking with the Dark Order. He's like, "Do you think -1's ready to have his first match?"
Oh.
I feel like he should have his first. He should do it with somebody he trusts.
You could even have like one time it shows him backstage and he's talking to Tony Khan and he's like, I'm just thinking, it's 2022. Intergender wrestling matches are all the rage, right? And you got this little girl from Davenport, Iowa, coming in. And Heather Reckless, she's gonna be a
She's gonna
star.
be a star. Yeah, she's
So
great.
I think put her in there with me. Um, and I'll put her through the works, and.
It's also a great opportunity to have his first loss in that streak.
Mhm.
To have Tony Khan be like, "Well, it won't be Heather Reckless, but you are facing Jade Cargill tonight."
Yeah. Wait.
Wait. Hold up.
I just don't know if Jade's ready for intergender match right now. I think she needs to hit. I mean, frankly, I haven't seen her in the gym recently, and so you know, um, maybe we start with Heather Reckless, right? And then we move on, and then maybe down the road, there were those the twins. What were their names? Anyways, the twin magic thing. Maybe we do that. Where they oh, who's he wrestling? Oh, she went under the ring. I don't know. Um,
That's a different promotion, man.
actually,
Well,
they have twins on AEW Dark. God, I can't remember their name. It's
I think Jade is somebody. I think she's better suited
the Renegade twins.
for maybe somebody like, I don't know. Preston, do you want to face Jade? I think Jade and Preston would be a good battle.
Charlotte Renegade and Robin Renegade, and they have done twin magic on their
Awesome.
things. So,
It's awesome.
anyways. So I want to talk about really quickly another. It's kind of conspiracy that's apparently going kind of wild on Reddit.
JLB has one
conspiracy-
more, just so you know.
Well, okay, JLB, do you have one more?
No, I don't. Please continue.
No, don't. He didn't get off that easy.
Okay. So wait, wasn't that my third one? Wasn't my whole no? Okay, that was my second.
I thought you'd done 3, but I guess I can't remember.
What was your first one?
Well, hold on. So I did
Oh, you did
Boy,
Jungle Boy. Yeah, it was just garbage. And then Lance Archer. That
which
was
just
garbage.
Okay, fair. So I can do a fourth one, which will just be guess
No,
what?
no, you
Garbage.
just did 2.
No, I did another one. No, didn't I do another one? No.
Jungle
Okay.
Boy and Lance Archer. That's it.
All right.
All right.
So no, hold on. Yeah, no, please continue, Smarks. Because I can't think now because I'm so interested into what you're gonna say that just
No. Don't be a weak person. You can finish this. Finish
All
strong.
right.
Kenny Omega comes back as the cleaner. There you go.
No, that is not
Easy.
finishing strong. Not finishing strong. This is not a thing. I was thinking of changing Sammy Guevara's whole gimmick though.
That
And
might
maybe-
be. It might be time for that even.
And maybe even make him like a narcissistic mental patient almost, where he's kind of he's obviously talks less, but he's also very cocky. So cocky like Austin Theory, mental patient like Loomis. How does that work? Loomis doesn't talk. He just kind of has this. He has these moments where he'll talk, and then he has these moments where he just blends into the crowd because no one sees him. So that's where he turns his crazy on. But when he does talk, he's a narcissistic fuck that only talks about himself. So he's kind of like a introvert / narcissistic / mental patient. So it's almost like, yeah. So I think that was a good example. Austin Theory meets Loomis kind of character, and he comes in with a stray jacket. Stray jacket, is that it? Stray jacket. Yes.
That's the way you want to go.
Totally different, and I think Sammy Guevara just needs anything right now. And Tay Conti is dumps him because he's a mental patient.
Sammy just needs a feud with Christian or with Chris Jericho. That's all he needs.
So here my theory is they're building up to a heel turn from him. And they're building up with the couple because they understand that the fans are turning on Ty and Sammy already, right? And they're building them as AEW's favorite couple, and they know. Tony Khan is smart enough to know when you build someone like that, the fans will turn, right? I don't know if either of you remember early AEW, right after Sammy Guevara was signed to it, being the Elite. But his gimmick on being the Elite and on his own vlog was pompous prick. And he did it really well
because he has a very punchable face.
but no mental patient part of it, just pompous.
Yeah, I don't understand the mental patient part.
The whole thing with the pompous prick was he would come up to someone and he'd be like, "Hey, yeah, I heard you had a great match." I mean, I didn't see it because I had better things to do, but I heard it, and it was really good. And the guy would be like, "I haven't even wrestled yet. You know, it's gonna be great. I'm sure. Right? I have faith in you." And just did you see my match though? My match was awesome, right? So I suspicion that that's where they're going with Sammy Guevara, is that he's gonna get back the TNT title, and he's gonna totally gall him up. My precious.
I almost feel like they're gonna sad Corbin him, where instead of he loses the money, he loses his girl.
No,
I think they're gonna strap their back to Ty and Sammy being so over the top in your face that everyone hates them, and they're gonna be the Miz and Maurice of AEW.
I can see.
So,
I guess.
no, the other thing I wanted to talk about is this right here. It is a internet theory on Reddit that's going crazy. This goes back to Revolution, but he's been noticed multiple times since. Muscular masked cameraman. The internet theory, conspiracy theory, is that that's Cesaro, already signed to AEW, just blending in as a cameraman to eventually, I don't know, interfere in a match and be a surprise. I'm not saying I buy the internet theory, because why would you do it for months? You know what I mean?
And you've never focused on your cameraman at all. I mean, don't.
They're not focusing on him right there.
No, they're
He's just
focusing
there.
on
Like, I don't know. If you did a few spots where a cameraman gets hit and you point at the cameraman and we see it's a muscular guy, cool. I'd maybe kind of get that, but it's very offish, right? We don't think anything of it. Oh, the cameraman fell, you know? But we have never even seen anything like that, I don't think. Unless it's been on Dark and Elevation.
AEW has had the cameraman as actually secretly, who was the last one? Fucking, I'm totally blanking on his name. Kenny Omega's
Callus,
yeah.
Callus.
And they've had that. They've had the cameraman was secretly someone else who interferes in a match before, but they've never done it for months. You know, because this is Revolution. That was over a month ago, right? And he's appeared
able to have been signed.
Yeah, because he has no 90-day. Because his contract expired, not fired. So no 90-day. He could show up at any time. And that's the crux of the internet theory, internet crackpot theory, is he has no 90-day. That he could already have signed, and it got even more thing this week when Mark Henry on Busted Open Radio suggested that we'll see Cesaro sooner than you think. And they're like, that means he's admitting that Cesaro is the masked cameraman. Now, I look at that, and that cameraman does indeed look jacked, looks in shape, but he does not look Cesaro in shape.
He's also wearing black, which
He is wearing black, which is slimming and everything. But Cesaro's shoulders are wider than that.
And he looks like really okay. Granted, we're only seeing his eyes there, but I even feel like that from what we see, that's not even Cesaro's face. His eyes or his nose shape.
Like I say, I don't buy into it, but I wanted to at least talk about it because there are people out there who latch on to things like this and continue to hold on to them long after everyone out there says that it's not the way it's going, and they go on all sorts of podcasts and they continue to say it's a work, and I mean they continue to say that that's Cesaro, and
I'm gonna say
I've apologized for my thing, okay? I didn't fucking go on a whole thing and say, "Oh, see, no, it's still a work." I apologized for my shit. So how dare you?
has Brandon Cutler been coming to the ring quite a bit?
yeah, he
Not
still
really.
comes to the ring with the Young Bucks everywhere.
Have we seen Brandon Cutler and this dude on the screen at the same time?
No, but this guy looks probably about 4 inches taller than Brandon Cutler.
Okay.
And Brandon Cutler's been doing phenomenal work on Elevation.
I'm unless it's Simon Miller, that might be Cesaro, dude.
I'm of the mindset it's a cameraman. And it's a cameraman who knows that he has to lift a 50-pound camera on a regular basis and lug it around shape. I mean, he's obviously the cameraman that is in charge of the aisle, right?
Can have we seen other cameramen and do they wear masks and do they keep their everything but their eyes hidden to blend in?
Well, again,
I mean, COVID times, I'm sure.
That's not a COVID
I mean,
mask. That's a balaclava, man.
yeah, but I mean, he's still protecting his face and all that, so he doesn't get it on anyone while he's lunging his fucking camera around.
I'm trying to see.
He needs to be comfortable at least too. It's not. It's more about just, you know.
The cameramen regularly wear all black. This one I'm looking at here, we can't see his face. There's Don Callis, so it's not gonna be him. There's I'm looking at another view of the same masked cameraman, so I'm ruling that one out. This cameraman is wearing a hat and all black rest of his thing, but he's not currently wearing a mask. But he is in all black. Orange Cassidy once dressed up as a cameraman to attack Chris Jericho, and he was in all black with a black hat on.
Yeah, I mean, you see the black hat and all black, and I get they're designed to blend in, but I don't see anybody else covering their face. Any of the cameramen covering their face.
Let's see. This one, he's wearing a black hat, all black with black sleeves underneath his black shirt, but I can't see his face, so I can't tell whether he's wearing a mask or not. Like I said, I'm just of the mindset I just don't see it paying off over months of doing it, right?
And like an Easter egg that no one knows about, like the majority of your fans don't know that. I feel.
If anything, I think it's Tony Khan planting a seed so that he can use the cameraman was actually so and so in disguise, but I do not think it's Cesaro.
No, but
there's
one with him standing behind a security guard, and someone's on the ground here. Greg Parks on Twitter posted it. And I'm not saying it has to be Cesaro. It doesn't have to be Cesaro. What I'm saying is it could easily be a wrestler. There's one masked cameraman.
Well, again, I am saying that I fully believe it is not currently a wrestler. At most, it is them setting the stage for eventually being able to use the who is that masked cameraman again. That's what I'm saying.
To
There's no
allow,
reason
there's
for
always
them.
a masked cameraman out there.
Yep. If you always have a masked cameraman out there,
Then you can pull the MJF move that happened
Yep.
a while ago, or you can pull this
yeah,
or pull that.
then it doesn't look weird that there's a masked cameraman out there. So you
And that's
can
a
just,
possibility.
you know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, what I'm saying is there's not all the cameramen are masked at all times. So it's not a COVID thing. There's always a masked cameraman.
But here's
there's
the other
frequently
thing
a masked cameraman, but not all cameramen are supposed to be masked.
It could also be a cameraman who still believes
with a personal COVID thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be like the head cameraman. It could be, all right, the head cameraman has to wear something different. So when something goes wrong or something, they need a pinpoint where that guy is to tell him something or something. You know, maybe he's like the lead cameraman guy.
And something.
Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever and something.
But that's why I don't believe it's long-term fiscally responsible and long-term storyline responsible to actually waste time with having a wrestler be a cameraman for months without a payoff to it, right?
So the Don Callis one, he was wearing a hat and a mask.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is TBS. That's another one. This one has a hat and a mask. I thought he was looking at Jericho or at I can't tell who this is. I can't tell from behind it. I thought it was Kenny Omega, but it's not. Long dark hair, all black. Maybe not. It is an interesting thought. We also haven't seen Christian a lot on television recently. We've seen him some. I mean, like, there's not a picture of this masked cameraman with Christian. That's about the size and build.
There's also not a picture of Clark Kent with the masked cameraman. So
see, could be. Fuck you, man. I'm playing your game with you, and you got to be a dick about it.
Yeah.
Or it could just be a wrestler who wants to learn how to freaking use the cameras.
I mean, it could be.
I don't know. A wrestler's curious. Maybe he's always wanted to get into like.
Could be a carryover role. It could be somebody who's typically on Dynamite or not on Dark and Dark Elevation.
Yeah. In the case of that particular cameraman, though, I'm going to point out that was the cameraman on the ramp, the entrance ramp, and they're not going to put an inexperienced cameraman there.
No.
That's
well,
the place.
Good point.
Yep. That
and there's almost always a masked dude on the ramp. Maybe it's just because of the location.
Yeah. Maybe because of the pyro, the smoke, or whatever.
It could very easily be a setup. It could very easily be a wrestler. It could very easily be nothing.
Yeah.
It could be all of the above.
I am going to go out and say it is not currently a wrestler. It may be used to hide a wrestler in the future.
The masked cameraman is MJF. The masked cameraman is... Uh-oh. We got a photo in the podcast. JLB, he says it's Wheeler Yuta. What the fuck, dude? Shut up.
I did not say such a thing.
No. It could be Danhausen.
He did not curse anyone. It could be Hook, you know.
It's too tall for Hook.
His powers are limitless. They must come from the chips.
Jeez.
Anyways. That's all.
Don't we have a game, pick or pass, to play?
Yeah, we can play that. That's fine. I'll do that.
It's like it's part of our fucking show.
Yeah, well, my brain is running on very little sleep, so fuck off.
Well, then we can make it 13 minutes to pick or pass, and we can do this an hour and a half.
So pick or pass. We'll say.
Your arms need sun, bud. And this is the light that you have that's really making it.
Or maybe they don't, because a tan is really just the sign that your skin is saying "ow," and so maybe you don't need a tan.
Yeah.
100 years ago, a tan was considered a sign of being low class and worker class, and not one of the elite who got to stay inside all the time. It's only been recently that they've started to say tans are
not elite. Elite.
I just want you to match, bud. I want your face to match your arms. That's all. It's just a friend caring. That's all that is.
Well, I don't grow enough hair for that.
Yeah, that's really tough to do that. Here's the deal. The secret is, man, you don't need to tan your arms. You need to pale your face.
Danhausen has it figured out.
He does. He just uses a little red around the eyes. That's it. We will start. Yeah, we'll do those. Wheeler, Yuta, or Danhausen. Pick or pass. And we're going to go the opposite direction than we normally do. So we're going to start with the person we can't see, J.O.B., Wheeler, Yuta, or Danhausen.
You can't see me. Yeah, Wheeler, Yuta.
A week ago, that's a different answer.
No, it's not. I haven't seen Danhausen wrestle yet. I don't watch his indie stuff. So, therefore, I'm going to pick Wheeler Yuta stuff for sure over Danhausen. To be frank with you. So, but you get to pick Danhausen or Orange Cassidy.
I'll take Orange Cassidy. Thanks for making that easy. Which also means that I get to pick, give to Smarks what I wanted to give him, and that is Danhausen or RJ City.
It's tough. It is tough, but I am going to go with Danhausen.
I don't blame you.
RJ City's a little tough, but
well, remember, right now for AEW or for the premium shows, he's known for a side television show.
Yep.
Which means if you wanted to throw in the Miz or somebody who has a show like that.
Yeah. The reason it's hard is I don't want RJ City to end up being the odd man out for the rest of this. So I've got to throw someone that I think someone might choose him over. So, RJ City or RJ City or Sean Spears.
RJ City. Sean Spears or Sean Stasiak?
Boy, that devolved right fucking there. Just right fucking there when it's so fucking obvious.
Well, I feel like they're both even.
No, they're not. You could have gone with Wardlow. You could have gone with... Oh, fuck.
Well, I mean,
Sean Spears, obviously.
Well, okay.
Here, JLB, I'm just going to put you on the spot. You would have taken Stasiak over Spears?
Oh, I was thinking of
Stan Stasiak, maybe? That one would have been a good one, but it's like 4 generations apart.
No, I was thinking of Sean O'Hare. Is it Sean O'Hare?
Yeah, that dude was a badass who was lost before his time.
Yeah. Fair enough, yeah, because that would just evolve too quickly, and I feel like Sean Stasiak, I might not ever get out of that
I'm
position
fucking
unless.
stuck with Sean Stasiak. Okay, here we go. Chuck Palumbo or Sean Stasiak.
Palumbo.
Yeah, that's where I'd have gone to. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out somebody. Fuck me.
You did want. He is tired. He doesn't want to end it quick.
I feel like specifically he's going to have to come around, and it's going to have to be me because you're going to give something that's obvious. Not Smarks. JLB. Or JLB will just choose the wrong fucking person.
Yeah, that's where it comes into it.
Specifically, Dude Love or Sean Stasiak.
Sean Stasiak, specifically as a wrestler, versus current, specifically as a wrestler, Jerry the King Lawler.
Sean Stasiak.
Yeah. Problem is now we're stuck with Jerry the King Lawler.
That's it. That's the problem.
Fucking the king.
I think I can get us out of this. Maybe Smarks is my pass. So, but now you have Jerry the King Lawler, and you can go with like versus If You Believe. What's his name? Era. Lawler.
Well, we'll just do a match that happened, but then we'd be stuck with him. So no, that won't work. Okay, so Jerry Lawler or why can't I think of his name? Jim Carrey played him, Men on the Moon.
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman. Jerry Lawler or Andy Kaufman?
I take Andy Kaufman.
Yeah,
But
he's a phenomenal heel.
I am going to give Smarks, I think, the out here. I'm going to give him Jerry Lawler during the era of the Andy Kaufman feud, or Right to Censor Val Venus.
I mean, it's a good attempt, but I think it underestimates my hatred for Jerry the King Lawler.
I understand.
Oh, I would have picked Jerry Lawler during Andy Kaufman.
I fucking hate Jerry Lawler.
Well,
during
that's,
Andy Kaufman.
now
era?
you know where. Now you know where to go with
I
JLB, because there's another Right to Censor guy that I think he would take
Yeah.
Lawler.
There has not been an era of Lawler that I have liked. We'll say it that way.
And that's so
Fucking
fair
hate
enough.
this
So you took Val Venus.
Child molesting ass, allegedly.
Wow. I did not hear about these rumors. I'm gonna go Google after.
Google it.
Google it.
They loved him so much in Memphis that they covered it up.
Moving forward.
So Jerry the King Lawler, from whatever fucking era you want him, versus specifically wrestler Michael Cole.
Ooh, I think we
Jerry
can
the King
have this.
Lawler. See, I was gonna do Jerry versus Michael Cole before I did Kaufman, but then I'm like, now we're stuck with Michael Cole.
No, I think you can get out of Michael Cole.
Yeah. Okay. So Michael Cole or Right to Censor Godfather.
Well, here's
Good father.
the thing. Here's the thing. I'm going to take Michael Cole as an announcer over
Yeah,
Right to Censor Godfather.
that's fair.
And then I'm going to take Godfather in any Charles Wright in any faction you choose, or specifically WCW second run Sid Vicious. You and I both know that you're half the man that I am, and I have half the brains.
Which is
that
so
you
much
do.
fun.
But the wrestling was not good.
I mean,
Specifically in wrestling, second generation,
the breaking the leg part was really not good.
Who did he fight that night?
But you have Godfather, Papa Shango, whatever you want against just that segment of Sid Vicious.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's
I know
not
what
just
you're doing.
that segment.
I know what you're doing. You're trying to set it up, but it's Sid in any form.
Okay.
Is entertaining as hell to me. So I think I'm going to take Sid because I like Sid. So, Charles Wright in any form versus Paul White in any form.
So if you said Paul White Giant, then Charles Wright.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Big Show. To be frank with you.
Okay.
Charles Wright in any form, or Mark Marrow.
So
In any form, religious pastor or wrestler.
Well, you have to remember that excludes Johnny B. Bad because he didn't go by Mark Marrow under Johnny B. Bad. So I liked Wildman Mark Marrow, but I'm gonna take. I gotta take the Godfather. I was on the Ho train, man.
I mean, I was on the Ho train too, but I think like Marrow had better matches.
On the Ho train?
Oh my god!
I was on the Ho
horrible.
train. I was one of those hoes on that one fateful Raw in Montreal.
So Johnny B.
But I
Bad.
was like,
I have to
Mark
say, the
Marrow.
fact that I just pulled that card out cracks me up.
Wrestler Mark Marrow versus one Connecticut Blue Blood with Sable as his escort, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, specifically Connecticut Blue Blood era. Meaning you can use Johnny B. Bad, you can use Mark Marrow, you can use Wild Man. You can have the confetti
Specifically,
cannon.
Connecticut.
Yes. Yeah, you don't get Triple H on all eras.
Yeah, no.
It's just
I take Johnny B.
allowed-
Bad at that point.
And now we're elevated back to main event.
And so we'll do our last round. Triple H,
Whew, that took some work.
Triple H, or HBK.
I'll take HBK. Oh, that's not me. That's
No.
going to JLB. I
Fucking-
forget that he's
I
here.
mean, yeah, I'm John Cena all over again.
Can't see you.
Yeah, that's it. I think I'm gonna take HBK though, legit.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean,
Even
sorry,
with the
Trips.
backstage antics.
I mean, yeah, if we're talking backstage antics, I definitely take Trips because he sounds like a great guy backstage.
Now.
Now, yeah, that's valid. Yeah, so Triple H or
Allegedly.
Triple H
He's gonna
or
say something stupid like Eugene.
Sting.
Oh,
Okay, I won't do this, but my card predicts. I would take Sting, but that's because I'm a Sting mark.
I have all eras of Sting here.
You have all eras of Sting, and you have all eras of Trips.
I take Sting.
Yeah. Okay.
Sting was a golden era to current era in different promotions, but
Just for
Sting's
shits and gigs, because
only
I
bad
don't.
run was WWE.
Okay, so you would still take WCW Sting over all eras of Trips,
All
like WCW
levels of
90s?
Sting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sting is a needle mover. Forever and always. He's an icon. There's a reason he's called the Icon Sting, because he is an Icon Sting.
That's
If
fair.
you limited me to Sting TNA, I'd have probably taken Trips. If you limited me to Sting post 2002, you'd have got me. I'd have taken Trips.
Right.
But when you have 80 Sting and you're also including 90 Sting, you've got Surfer Sting, you've got Crow Sting. The only bad Sting character was Joker Sting, which just sucked. Good job, TNA.
Mm.
So, anyway. And Smarks would disagree with me on that. So, I'm going to go Triple H versus... You know what? We're going to have this end on a high note no matter what. Triple H, full career, including as a manager, as an executive, all of it. Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Trips. Total career Trips.
Yeah. So, as weird as this feels, odd men out. Stone Cold! Stone Cold!
Damn. But he's not out by bad company. You know what I mean? So it's not even a disgrace.
And we really had to pull some strings to get away from Sean Stasiak or Jerry Lawler.
I'm
We
sorry.
had to do some. Well, it happens, and I understand it. But
yeah, well done, guys. Kudos.
you really, I mean, we like had to seriously pigeonhole wrestlers to individual moments in their lives.
Yeah. Straight up.
We did. But we did it.
But it worked.
To quote Dora the Explorer, we did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. We did it.
We did it. Map.
He's a map. He's a map. He's a map. He's a map. He's the map.
I'm the map.
I would like
My
you to
girlfriend
know.
just came down and sitting next to me. She's trying to figure out what the fuck we're talking about.
I would like you guys.
The I'm the map song.
I would like you guys to know that the phrase "oh man" has entered my daughter's vernacular because of that show.
So have you looked at her and said, "What does a fox say?" And the answer to that is, "Oh man."
Oh man. She also I had to hope my mom didn't hear her because over the weekend, anytime something happened that she didn't understand when my mom was here, my daughter would say,
"What the fuck?
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?" My mom apparently didn't catch it or chose not to make a big deal out of it. Either way.
And you went, "Oh, thank you, God."
She's like, "Fuck you guys. My parenting days are over. Do whatever the fuck you want with this child."
What the fuck?
You're the one who has to go to the parent-teacher conference.
Exactly. I don't have to do that. Well, I'm sure she did okay with you. I'm sure. Oh yeah, he's a good boy in school. He's quite into his comic books.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
It's fantastic. Horrible, but fantastic. All right.
Anyway, on that note, we're going to go and wrap things up for the Fantasy Booking Institute. Thank you all for joining us here. You can support us by going to our link tree in the doobly-doos. There's going to be our link to our merch store where you can get hats or shirts like that or shirts like that or shirts like a bunch of shirts or merches and whatever there.
And you can turn them into these fantastic sleeveless shirts
You sure could if you want
with
to.
a little bit of effort.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, I'm not going to stop you. Once it's yours, it's yours.
Overboard.
You can make sure to follow us on the social medias. That's way you know all the things. There was a chance that I was going to have to cancel tonight because we had severe storms come through and it nearly knocked the power out to my place.
We had some power outages here, so
But it did not. It just flickered a couple times. And
like the horse.
yes, like flick of the horse.
Look at the horse.
But not like Mr. Ed, who is a horse, of course.
Did your weather didn't Mr. Ed on you?
No, it did not Mr. Ed on me.
Ooh.
He's a horse, of course.
I'll bet 10-1 though that JLB is off this podcast before you are.
I will not take that bet because I will lose.
Yeah, because he bails every time.
Yeah, what'll happen is I'll hit that closing thing, and he'll just go deuce this.
He doesn't even know that tonight's the first night we go live on Twitch for an after hours. No, we're not going to do it because Smarks is so tired.
Yeah, Smarks didn't know that either, and he's completely shocked.
Yep. No, I mean, if I can just leave this running while you go live, I don't fucking care.
I mean, we can bullshit for a few minutes, I suppose. But...
Nah, we're gonna have to get that figured out in the future. Maybe I'll send you a deck of these,
Pre-show
and I'll
Sunday.
teach you how to play one day on stream.
And then I can use my Pikachu against your Bulbasaur.
Speaking of, I caught a special event
this just got
Pikachu today
sexual.
on
I have used my Pikachu against his Bulbasaur. And then I used my Squirtle Squirt attack at the end of it.
Oh, Jesus. And this is why we usually don't do an after hours.
Oh, fuck,
But you can follow
man.
us on all the social medias. You can follow me wherever you go at Raw and Order WBU, except on Facebook where it's at Pissant Podcast. For reasons, whatever. But I'm on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube is that, TikTok, wherever. You can follow DA Fabe at
DA Vincent Kayfabe right there. Right there. Only on Twitch or Twitter. The one that starts with a T, the social that starts with a T. That's
the one that starts with a TW. No, wait, no. The one that's a TWI.
No.
Fuck. Anyways, and you can follow JLB.
JLB420. Links are going to be on my link trees. And if you guys are into video games, I am streaming a lot of WB2K22. Getting my faction cards. That's like the super cards, but in a video game. So I am doing a little superstar cards just virtually because I'm not down with that card game style.
You didn't say at JLB420 Real Talk Radio is the brand, Real Talk Radio 8.
I mean, of course, you could follow me at
Fucking
JLB420. Real Talk Radio, though, of course, is the brand at Real Talk Radio 8. Anchor.fm/RTR. Linktree is down below in the doobly-doos. You can follow all of my socials there. And let's chat, because I'm a man of many topics. So feel free to pick my brain. And yeah, that's it. Back to you, good sir.
Yep. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and close the book on the Fantasy Booking Institute. Thank you all for listening. We will see you soon.
Bye.
Chill.